Okay, so the first step that I do is I gather images, junk mail, magazines, or colored paper. So I have all these different images here. And you could also use, if you're at home, like wrapping paper. You could use junk mail. You could use so many different things. Post-it notes. Really, I don't want you to go out and like buy paper. I want you to try and use what's around you in new ways. I also had this old origami paper I found. And you're going to start to gather. Then the next thing that I did was I chose a color because I felt really overwhelmed. So I chose blue. You can choose one color, you can choose multiple colors, or you can completely ignore this, but that helped me to kind of narrow it down, say, okay, I'm going to choose a color next. So this is pretty easy because this is pure blue. This one, yeah, I'm going to choose that because it's blue. Now, everything else, what I do is I try not to get sucked into the fact that magazines are often trying to sell you something. And I tend to focus more on the images. I'm going to do abstract, so I'm just focusing on a color, and I'm cutting out colors. But if you want to do something more realistic, you can absolutely cut out some of the images and parts of the images. So I'm cutting out things that are blue. Yes, that was part of the background. Yes, that was a hoodie. Yes, this is just background. But I'm just cutting out little pieces of blue wherever I find them. I don't need the rest of this, and this is pretty big. So I'm going to put that back. So if you're in the room and you don't need the entire part of an image and you still think there's a lot of good stuff there, you can put it back. Like this guy's shirt is amazing. Hey, Mr. Weemat, what's up?
Good morning, how are you?
Good. This looks totally random. What are we working on? Yeah.
Cool.
Collage.
All right, how's everybody doing today? Pretty good answer.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, there's some enthusiasm. That's awesome. All right, well, you have good work. Enjoy.
Thanks.
Good luck with your collage.
Thanks.
That's like one thing I think I could actually do in art.
Yeah. Hey, stop by anytime. We got lots of supplies.
I just don't have a lot of time.
Yes, I know. Art is therapeutic, though. So.
It is. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye, Mr. Weemat. So, like this shirt is amazing. It's also amazing as colors. Like there's so many great things happening here. So I'm gonna put this back in case somebody wants to use it. These are my art catalogs. It's terrible because they send me these catalogs, which is great, but then I order online, so we don't need them. So I could just cut out parts of the catalog that are blue. Again, put them back. This was a rug that was in the Wayfair catalog. I cut that out. And I'm really just kind of trying to identify different colors that I could use. The small child, I'll take his shirt. That's a cool pattern. Because I don't know about you, but I tend to get sucked in to whatever. Oh, look at these leggings. Okay, see, but stop. I'm not thinking about buying them. I'm thinking about cutting them out. But it is hard because this is what our culture is. Like it's trying to sell you stuff, which, you know, like, hey, it's not always bad, but it totally sucks you in. Like that's what advertisers do. They try to sell you stuff. So try to stay focused on color or your message or what you're looking for. Like you might have to be very exact. And then from there, you might want to start thinking about a shape. Like what shape do you want? And you might not know, so maybe you just play. Maybe you're like, hey, I'm going to do a bunch of circles and just start cutting out circles. And start to collect your colors. And then if you have time to, you could start your shapes. If you have little scraps like this, throw them away. Sorry. And then once you kind of have your shapes, there's a good chance I'm going to lose them. So if you're at home, you might have to get an envelope or a baggie. If you're in school, over on the table where I have all of the papers, I also have some file folders. Those are folders with no pockets, and I have envelopes. Grab a file folder, grab an envelope, especially for small things, and you can start to put your stuff in the envelope. I'm not even giving you glue today or paper to adhere it to. Just start to find your images today, cut them out, and then you're going to have to clean up when you've cut like one thing out, and you'll just put everything in your folder or your envelope, depending on the size. And I just stick that right inside of my sketchbook, like a bookmark. I'm going to stop talking. What questions do you have? I know that was really quick.